So the election has happened and Donald Trump has won. And I know it seems unbelievable. And every once in a while I think, oh my God, he was a reality show host. And now he's going to be president. Unbelievable. Now, having said that, he did win. Now, he didn't win the popular vote. I know more people voted for Hillary Clinton. And he has an astounding 58.5% disapproval rating. That's the day of the election, 58.5%. Would disapprove of the guy that won. Amazing. But I still don't love the chance of the protests of not our president, because whether we like it or we don't, he is our president. He's going to be our president, okay? But on the other hand, not on our watch, to me, makes a lot of sense. So some folks are saying, hey, give the guy a chance. Today I was on Larry King's show and he asked, is there any possible upside? And I stretched and I said, okay, look, he's against TPP, and if he actually does the things that he says, get out corruption. Oh, I would love it. I would love it. But there is excellent reason to believe that he is not going to go in that direction based on what he has said, what he has done, and now his transition team and the people that they have proposed. So if he goes in the direction of targeting racial or religious minorities, bigotry, sexism, or just unconstitutional actions that are against the core fabric of America, well, then we've got to unite and say, not on our watch. So we're going to find a way to fight back. Now, you think, okay, but why us? And why you guys, our viewers? And how, right? Well, a critical part of this puzzle, guys, is the media. So if you don't have the media on your side, well, then it's very hard to get your message out. And so the media we have today is the media that led us to having Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump as the two candidates.
Exactly.
The two most disliked candidates in American history. But we can create our media, and we have. And that media can actually speak for you guys and can fight back. Now, look, part of that is become part of the Young Turks, right? So our members make all of this possible, whether it's Jordan Chariton going and doing all that great coverage during the primaries of Bernie Sanders, whether it was him challenging the Clinton team. Honestly, we basically got Donna Brazile removed from CNN because Jordan was the first person to find the letter of Donna Brazile, the email saying, hey, I'm going to leak the questions to Hillary Clinton. He was the first person to find the second email connecting her. He was the person that challenged her on camera. And so now, but it wasn't just Jordan that did it. It wasn't just us that did it. It was you that did it. Because without the members, we could not have hired Jordan. And we couldn't do the shows that we do. So come join us. Be our media. So that's tytnetwork.com/join. But it's not just about that. Look, share what we do here because we need some resistance here. Some place that if things go wrong, that's going to call it like it actually is. Instead of the mainstream media, that's going to go back to their neutrality. You know they're going to do it. They're already doing it. Well, to be fair to Donald Trump, we're just going to be neutral. And okay, he wants to put in Claire Lopez, who is a conspiracy theorist, and now he put in Chris Kobach as maybe the attorney general who is considering starting up a Muslim registry. Well, CNN's just going to call it even. A lot of people are going to call it even. And they're going to maybe report it as a story one day, and then they're going to let it go. They're going to let it go. Hey, it's not our job. Well, that's our job. So you've created our media, so let's keep it going. Let's grow strong together.
Yeah, I think that what we're going to see with, establishment media, and we've seen it in the past, but I think it's going to be amplified under Trump, and it's even more damaging under Trump, is the same obsession with access. They're going to want the interviews with White House officials. They're going to want access to White House press briefings and things like that. That type of access sways them. And
Yes.
it leads to the type of neutrality that you see in the media that was so damaging during this past election. But I think that under Trump, a lot of media outlets also fear what could happen to them if they're honest. I mean, look at how Trump has aggressively gone after the New York Times for their reporting that, maybe casts him in a negative light. And he attacks them, and all of a sudden now they're like, oh, maybe we should give Trump a chance, right? And so joining us really means, look, even if you can't be a member, even if you can't contribute to the show financially, you can help mobilize people to resist some of Trump's policies.
That's exactly right. Help in any way you can. And when I say our media, I don't mean just TYT. Be your own media. Grab a camera, go out to a protest, join Wolfpack, join any group that you think is going to make a difference. But we call this rebel headquarters, but you could be a rebel on your own with another group, but just get ready for the resistance. So, of course, we're going to see what he actually does. We're not going to prejudge, but at the same time, we're not going to let him take 18 steps before we mobilize into action. And so we're not going to wait for, well, he came for these guys and he came for that guy. No, the minute he comes for anybody, then it's our watch.
Right. I mean, look, there's power in numbers. And I think the thing that we've lacked for decades now is organizing and mobilizing, right? We saw movements like Occupy Wall Street, and I feel like it lacked, the organization that it needed to be powerful and impactful. And hopefully, we can organize and mobilize in a way that is effective, and we can be prepared. So if there are policies that actually harm the disenfranchised or harm the majority of Americans, we can fight back. We'll have a way of doing that because we're doing it all together as a group.
And average Americans who he claimed he was going to represent, well, we're going to look out for everybody, okay, including the workers of this country, because he promised them jobs. He promised to clean up corruption. If he does it, great. If he doesn't do it, well, we're not going to let him get away with it. So, and by the way, it's not just esoteric, it's real. We're going to tell you where the protests are. We're going to tell you and we're going to begin to do this going forward, where you can go to volunteer, where you can go to help, where you can go to make a difference. They're never going to tell you that on CNN. They consider that biased, right? The New York Times won't tell you that. It's biased. They say, oh, if you're fighting back against Trump, you're biased. I don't give a damn what you call us, okay? But if he goes in the wrong direction, we are going to fight back. And this will be Rebel Headquarters. So tytnetwork.com/join. All of us together can do all these things, but you've got to be with us and in any way that you want, but that makes sure that you're ready for that fight. So I guess we are the sword in the darkness, the watchers on the wall. And the night appears to be gathering, Anna. So now our watch begins.
Has winter come?
I think winter is here. Podcast the whole 2-hour Young Turks every single day, commercial-free. All-Star Tuesdays, Aggressive Progressives, Old School, Post Games, TYT Classics. You get it all with membership. Do it now. tytnetwork.com/join.